Hey yo, what's up everyone? It's Anson here from Weekend Garage. Today I'm going to talk to you about 5 things that I hate about my Jeep. I've had this car for about 6 months and I put over 5,000 kilometers on it. It's currently my daily driver, so I know the ins and outs of this vehicle. And I live up in Canada. As you can see, the weather's not too good up here. It's raining every day, it's cold, so a lot of these things might be based off of my environment. So the first fact that I hate about this vehicle is the build quality. I know that this ain't a luxury vehicle, but for about $70,000 after tax, it should be put together much better. For example, when I'm driving around, the rear of the vehicle sounds like it's falling apart. When I'm going over speed bumps or when I'm making a turn, the interior is creaking like it is a 20-year-old car when I don't even have over 6,000 kilometers on it. For example, check out the screws that hold the door on the vehicle. I've never taken the doors off this car yet, and it came from the factory with the screws not set all the way in. I tried to take my Torx tool to thread them all the way in so they could match all the way around, but it's just so tight where it feels like if I crank it anymore, it's going to strip the bolt. Like, there's literally no room for that screw to go in, and it doesn't match all the way around. Some screws go all the way in, some don't. And another thing is the floor drains on the driver and passenger side. They say that you could just pull the drain and drain out all the water from your winter mats. That's not true. I tried to wash it out inside. Actually, the drain point is higher than the rest of the mat. As you can see, there's a layer of water sitting on the mat, but the drain area is completely dry. So unless you have the whole mat underwater, it's not going to drain in there. So your water is going to be sitting on that mat instead of draining on that hole like you would expect it to. The thing about the build quality is every time you open the door when it's raining, it feels like the downspout is going right into the vehicle. As I show you right here, when you open the door, literally water is going right into the vehicle like it's designed for it to rain on you as you get in the car.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
We're out of napkins.
So the second fact that I hate about this vehicle is the gas mileage. From the window sticker, it was rated at 19 city and 24 highway. Real world, I'm getting 14 city. So it looks like I only get 13.9 mpg instead of 14. And I drive pretty conservatively as I'm trying to see how good of an mpg I could get. And I could only do 270 miles range on a full tank of gas, so it just goes to show. Before you think it's the lift and tire upgrade, that was only a 1 mpg decrease. I feel like these mpg ratings that they provide from the factory are either done in a controlled wind tunnel or it's done on a test bench, because I'm getting nowhere close to that. And let me know if you guys are getting great mpgs on your Jeep, because something's wrong with mine. And it has a V6 Pentastar, which is not powerful enough for this vehicle. On the highway, when you're merging, you got to give yourself some room because it does not pick up like how you would expect it to pick up. The gas tank's 81.4 liters, and it only gets about 420 kilometers on a full tank. So that's just some stuff to consider because that gas mileage sucks. The third reason why I hate this Jeep is because it is a very uncomfortable vehicle to be in. Maybe because I live in Canada, but when it's frozen outside, it's frozen in the car too. When I step in the car on a -5 Celsius day, for example, it feels like my dash and interior is frozen as well. There's literally no insulation between the outside and the inside. It's just fiberglass roof and sheet metal on the side. Feels like I'm exposed to the elements. I hear a lot of road noise. Every drop of rain hits the roof, I can hear. It feels like I'm in a drop top while all the windows are closed. And on long trips, it really beats you up. A 3-hour road trip feels more like a 6-hour road trip. The seats on this car barely have any adjustability. I cannot find a comfortable seating position. It just feels like they dropped a lawn chair in this vehicle because it really sucks. So, the fourth reason why I hate this Jeep is because it is difficult to get in and out of the car many times a day. As you can see, the doors are very narrow and tall. Plus there is a roll cage on top of the door that blocks entry. And you hit your head on that thing all the time. People that get in my Jeep hit their head, they start complaining, what the hell is this? And I feel like Jeep could have spent more time designing this to be better and easier for their passengers and drivers to get in and out. I know that this Jeep is built for extreme off-roading, but the ratio of your car rolling versus people getting in and out of the car every single day, it's just incomparable. Like, people take this car to the grocery store more than they go rock climbing and extreme off-roading. They may do it once in a blue moon, but it's not like on the daily where you get in and out of the car tens, hundreds of times a day. So my passengers would complain to me that this car makes them dizzy on long drives, and it's understandable because if you check out the rear seats here, it's literally a 90-degree chair. It feels like you're in detention at school because there's literally no adjustability on those chairs. It's literally just a straight L. The headrest is not adjustable. You cannot tilt it in any sort of way, and the bench cannot recline at all or move forward or backwards. So if we take a closer look here, first it's the roll cage, and then comes this part where it's staggered out offset, so you're gonna scrape your back getting in and out the car with the already tight 7-inch entry here. You take a look at the rear door here. It is already narrow and tall, but they actually have part of the frame here block your entry. So if you take a look at the seat here, it's already hard enough to get in, but now they have a piece of metal here that you can scrape your spine or back on every time you get in and out the car. And then you have this roll bar here that'll hit your head to finish you off. So first you scrape your back on this lower portion, and then you hit your head. Now you're unconscious. For the front of the vehicle, it's not as bad. But as you look down here, it's quite narrow, first of all, and then you got this roll cage here. So you won't destroy your back, but you'll just hit your head and get a concussion. The fifth issue I hate about the Jeep is that the infotainment is very laggy at times, and it restarts itself once it starts tweaking. So all your temperature and controls are part of the infotainment system, so if that doesn't work, these aren't going to work as well. And it has CarPlay and Android Auto, but it's not wireless, which may not seem like a deal breaker at first, but once you start having a bunch of cables everywhere, so one for your iPhone and one for your Android, it begins to look like a rat's nest down here. And when you're going to pay for drive-through and your cable's not long enough, you gotta unplug it, the Android Auto will restart whatever app you have in there, which is very annoying. You know, if Chrysler already put Android Auto in here and CarPlay, why not make it wireless? And it's just not just the Jeep, it's my Rebel as well. Anyways, that concludes my 5 things that I hate about this Jeep. Would I buy this vehicle again? I probably would, but as a second or third vehicle, just not as my daily, because there are not many vehicles out there where you can take the doors off, the roof off, and the windshield off. And the amount of aftermarket parts that are available for this car is crazy. You could buy wheels, lifts, bumpers, whatever you can think of is out there for this car. And with that being said, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe for more Jeep content.